What's up, my brother? Welcome to Trust Me, Bro. How you doing tonight, my man?
I'm doing good, my brother. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Nice.
So yeah, can't complain at all. Went 3-2 in my
Ooh,
5 leagues that I play in. So 1-3, lost two. How about you, brother?
damn. I went 4-0.
All right, 4-0
Yep.
again. Nice,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes,
That,
sir. Starting to make my comeback, my brother.
yeah, you're doing great. You're on quite a streak. I think you
Yeah.
did two 4-0s in a row, and I think you might have had a bit of a slip last
Three and
week. But
one.
yeah, and then okay,
Yeah,
now you're back to 4-0, huh?
that's right.
Atta boy, man, you're doing good.
Yep. Yep.
Congrats.
I thought you were going 4-1, so
I was
one
supposed
slipped away
to.
from you, huh?
Yeah, I was supposed to. My Dolphins players didn't come through tonight. I had Tua. He ended up with like 19 points. I had here. Let me tell you the finals. Hang on. So I had Tua. Let's see what he ended up with. And I had Tua. I had Hill. All right. So Tua got me. This can't be right. Hang on. Wait, no, that's the wrong league. Here it is. So I had Tua got me 19.5. A Chain got me 8.45, and Tyreek Hill got me 10.7. So all three of those guys had very pedestrian nights tonight. So yeah, I
Yep.
I had a very all I needed was just a decent game from the three of them.
Um,
But yeah, they all just had mediocre night tonight.
yeah.
So I lost by 5 points. So.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So you were looking for a little bit more.
Yep, just a little bit more. Needed 5 more points. So maybe if on that last drive, if Tua would have thrown one to Hill or A Chain or something like that, then
Yeah.
that would have done the trick. But or even just a Tua touchdown to anybody would have done the trick. That would have got me the five
That's true.
points. But
Yeah.
well, it didn't happen, my man. But hey,
Yep. All
that's all
right.
right.
Yeah. It's kind of
So,
the way it's gone, man. Like this was an interesting week. There was
hmm
like I didn't expect the Dolphins defense to shut down the Rams like they did.
yeah.
You know, there were some low scoring games that I just didn't see
hmm
coming.
Yeah, except for that Bengals and Ravens game. That was a
Yeah, that was
heck of
awesome.
a game, man. On Thursday night, the
I
second
mean,
half was balling. Man, that was a lot
yeah.
of fun to watch.
My brother, like that was what got me off to a start. I
Yep.
had Burrow, I got Chase in
hmm
two leagues, I got Lamar in
Yep.
another league. So like
Yes.
they all got me off to a great start for the week.
Yep. Yeah, and that set the tone, right?
Yeah,
And you
it
were
was all
able to keep
comeback from
rolling.
there. That's
Oh yeah,
right.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
good, man. Yeah, because I got LJ and I've got Burrow, and those were really the only two on my teams that performed really well. And
Yeah,
I don't have Chase. So
I've got the Burrow and Chase combo in one
oh, there
league.
you go.
So
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
almost 100 points to
yeah.
start the week.
Yeah, and I played a team that had Chase, and so that league, oh man, I ended up losing a big time in that one.
Yeah, I bet.
So I scored 113 points, and he scored 203. So I got beat by 90 points, and of
Oof.
that, 71 points was from Chase on that guy's
Yeah.
team. So yeah,
71. My God, man.
yeah, there ain't no coming back from that,
Yeah,
man. So
dude.
that, yeah,
That's balling.
yeah, I wrote that that matchup off,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, right on, man. Well,
yep.
how are
Let's
we
get
going to
into
do
some
this next
picks.
week? Let's do
All
it.
right, yeah, let's get into some picks, my man. It's slim pickings out there on the waiver
It
wire.
is.
So I know you made this list, and it looks like we agree on a lot of these guys.
Yep.
So hit me up with the first quarterback, and then I'll take the second one.
Yeah. Let's get started with Justin Herbert.
Okay.
I've got 3 stars on him,
Okay.
47% owned. This week he went 164 for one tutty, rushed for another 32 yards and another tutty.
Uh huh.
He's 20 plus in the last 3 weeks. Like he's starting to come back. He's starting to kind of get this offense going. He's got
Yes.
some weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one that's going to continue to roll this thing. Like he's got some matchups ahead of him where I feel like he can score. If you're looking for a quarterback, we're in the bars or in the buys, and
Yeah.
I feel like he's definitely a good buy fill in. But if you're struggling too, if you got somebody like Stroud who just hasn't performed this year, or some of the other guys that just kind of underperformed, he might be somebody you want to look at.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's really thin to win out there for quarterback.
Yeah,
So Yeah, especially if you're a Dak owner. I think I saw the news that
Same,
Dak
yeah,
is
Dak. Yeah, I
probably going on IR for the rest of the season. So,
think he's been on our this whole year, anyways.
yeah, I know, right? So, I mean, honestly, Craig, I'm kind of intrigued by to see what we got in Trey Lance. I know that he was
Yeah,
pretty exciting in the preseason. I think there were a couple of games there towards the end of the preseason where he was running for, scrambling for a lot of yards. He kind of looks like a raw Fields, I mean, so that
yeah,
might actually do you well for some fantasy goodness for a guy that can rush for 75 plus yards with his feet, and then maybe pass a touchdown or two to C.D. Lamb. So we'll see. I mean, this is something to keep an eye on. Obviously, not saying to go rush and pick him. He's not even starting right now, but definitely something to keep an eye on if Dak is in fact ruled out for the season. So if you play in a
yeah.
Superflex league, and that might be a guy to keep an eye on, Trey
I agree with
Lance.
you, man. I
So
mean, Cooper
yeah,
Rush looks like he's playing underwater. Like he just looks
yeah,
slow to me.
right,
So might as well get Trey Lance out there. Let's see what we got. Been paying the dude, cutting
yeah,
paychecks every week. So
sure, exactly. Make him earn them.
yeah, yep,
Yep. Totally agree. All right, so we don't have Trey Lance on the list, but we figured we'd talk about him. But one of the names I did put on the list, and you did too, was Matt Stafford. And so, just for the audience, for that one or two viewers out there, we did write Matt Stafford's name down there before the game even started tonight.
yep,
And so tonight, his performance, he earned 5.72 fantasy points. He threw for 293 passing yards, and INT 4 sacks and one rushing attempt for 0 yards. So he threw 0 touchdowns tonight, Matt Stafford. He put up a whole 5.72 fantasy points, at least in that league's scoring format. So, yeah, I mean, didn't look good tonight. Was shut
yeah,
down by the Dolphin D. So, buyer beware on him. But we got 2 stars on him, 31% owned. So, yeah, it is what it is. So,
yeah. I mean, they might have been putting vodka in the O line's water bottles. Like he was
right.
under duress a lot of this game.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
he's got better games ahead of him. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
His weapons are back. Offensive line's starting to come back too. They just need to start gelling, and
Yeah.
they were missing
Yeah.
signals tonight. It was a tough one, man. It was a tough one. It was an unexpected tough one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and looking at his schedule, he's got New England up next, and then
Yeah.
Philly, and then New Orleans. So he could bounce
Right.
back. He could bounce
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Yep. Cup's still
I think
healthy, right? And I don't think
Cup's
with
good.
yeah,
Puka's good.
Puka, yeah.
Yep. We're
Okay.
good.
All right. All right. So let's get out of quarterbacks. Let's move on over to the running backs. Who you got, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up with a bland, not exciting,
Uh huh.
blah running back, but the dude's been putting up, eh,
Yeah.
like decent. Jalen Warren, 1 star.
Yep. Okay.
Um, far from 2 stars, but he's
Pittsburgh,
61%
Pittsburgh,
owned.
Pittsburgh
Yeah,
Steeler, right? Okay.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he got 66 yards on 40 or 14 rushes. Caught another 2 passes for 29 yards. 12 points this week. When you watch the games and you watch the Steelers, like he's out there and he's playing and he's getting the ball and he's
Yeah.
getting attempts and he's getting touches, and I mean Najee's still out there. That's the
Yeah.
problem. But
Yeah. Right.
like he's one that I feel like if you're super in a pinch, which is kind of where a lot of people are at the running back spot.
Yeah.
He's worth a shot, like he might get you 8 to 10 points, and that's about all you can really expect from some spare fill in.
Yeah, yeah. Not a ringing endorsement for him, but that's what's out there right now. It is a barren wasteland for running backs. In one of my
Yeah.
leagues, my work league, actually, I was looking for a running back, and there's just nothing out there. Absolutely
Hey,
nothing.
dude, I had to play Mason again. I knew, CMC was back, but I had to play Mason
Yeah,
again. He got me point 0.5. I wish I played Ray Davis, who got
yeah.
point 0.6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
Like it
Yeah,
sucks, man.
it's a barren wasteland, brother. It's grim, And I actually dropped Brooks, Jonathan Brooks, that guy
Yeah,
that because I got up early on Sunday morning and I noticed that he was another
no
out,
scratch him.
another scratch, and he's on a bye next week, and so I wasn't sure if Amari Cooper was going to be able to play, and so like like my bench in that league is basically a hospital wing, and so I had a ton of people on on they were out or on buys, and so therefore
Yeah.
like I had to just drop Brooks before that 8:30 game in Germany started, just in
Yeah.
order to give myself some wiggle room to grab somebody if Cooper was ruled out. And sure enough, Amari Cooper was ruled out at noon.
Yeah.
So if I hadn't have done that, I would have been stuck with a guy who's out and hogging up a place on my bench that I can't drop. And so I went
Yeah.
ahead and dropped him. Then I ended up picking up that guy for the 49ers. Let me take a look here what that guy's name was. Let's see. It was actually a pretty good play that I did. Let's see. Who was it? Okay, here it is. Jennings. So I picked up Juan Jennings from
Okay.
the 49ers and popped him in because Cooper was out, and he caught 7 of 11 targets for 93 yards. He scored me 16 fantasy points, 16.3. So that was a good move,
That's yeah.
off the waiver
Solid.
wire on a Sunday morning to grab somebody
Sure.
desperately, and he sticks up 16.3 points in my starting lineup. So that worked out great.
There you go.
Had I not dropped Brooks, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have been stuck with a zero from Mari Cooper. So that
Yeah.
worked out well.
Yeah.
It's you got to think you got to be nimble here. I mean, I'll tell you, man, because like that bench, man, it's bad, dude. I have Amari Cooper, I have Pittman, Higgins, Bowers was on by, JSN, Jackson was on by, Mike Evans, and Pacheco. So that whole
Yeah.
bench, those are good players. I want to keep them. I don't want to drop them. But Brooks, I'm just like, you know what? He's on a bye next week. He hasn't played all season. I'm done with this guy. I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, you may be able to scoop him back up too.
right? Yeah, exactly. I could.
Um,
I'm going to let him
yeah.
just sit out there on the waiver wire. I don't think anyone was
Yeah.
clamoring to go get him.
I mean,
What is
Hubbard's
he? What has he
playing so
shown yet?
good.
Yeah, exactly. Hubbard's playing good. I don't see any reason why they need to rush him in. It's not like they're going to
Yeah.
the playoffs this year.
Right.
Yeah, and Hubbard's doing well. So I was just too early on him. Is what I look at it. I should have. What I should have done, Craig, was draft him next year. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I was
I
too
mean,
early on
I'm
him.
with you. I still think I have him in a couple IR spots. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
still hanging on. We'll just see. But the way
Well, I
Hubbard's
got
playing, man.
in that league, I got
Uh,
Pacheco sitting in my IR slot. Because Pacheco, like you said last week, because I took your advice, Craig, and I found him
yeah.
on the waiver wire in that particular league. I took your advice last Sunday night or Monday
Yep.
night, and I did find Pacheco, and I grabbed him and stuck him in that IR slot. Because I'd
There
rather
you
have
go.
Pacheco sitting there than this
Me too.
Brooks guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
We
it
know
worked
what
out good.
Pacheco can do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
No,
Plays for a good team that hasn't lost a game since last fall. And they just
I know.
barely won this week. By
Yeah.
Denver missing the field goal. But hey, win's a win. Ugly wins count too, my man.
Yep. Yep.
All right, let's
Cool.
move on. So you already talked about Jalen Warren. I put
Yep.
Bucky Irving on here because our threshold is 70%, and that's exactly what he's owned. 70% on the Yahoo side, 1 star on Bucky. In week 10, he had 13 carries for 73 yards plus a touchdown, caught 3 of 3 targets for 14 yards. So he didn't have a tremendously great week or nothing, but I mean, he probably deserves better than 1 star. Let me give him 2 stars. How about that, brother?
Yeah.
I'll,
I
I'll give
agree.
it. I'll give him 2 stars. How about that? Okay,
Yeah.
2 stars for Bucky.
2 stars for Bucky.
Yep.
I don't know what the Buccaneers have coming up. I didn't look at that, but the dude's on the field and he's
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
good.
And White's been back too. Though White's been looking good also.
Yeah.
And that's why it's just a 2 star or one. I was debating between a 1 and a 2 because White is back and he's actually been doing
Yeah.
pretty good. I've got him in
Yeah.
another league and I started him this past weekend.
Yeah.
He looked
Good
good.
start.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that's it for
All
running
right.
backs. We only got two.
That
So
is
let's
it.
move on. So wide receivers are a little more exciting. So I think we
Yep.
agree on 2 of these. So hit me with your first one.
Yeah. We got Marquez Van Valdez Scandling. Did I say that right?
Skankling. Yeah, Skankling is I
Skankling?
think is how you say it. Skankling.
All right. Yeah. Might have mispronounced that.
Yeah.
Um, 3 stars on Homeboy
Uh-huh.
Skankling. He is 0.6% owned, widely
Okay.
available in most leagues.
Yeah, absolutely. 99
Rightfully
plus.
so. Like this dude's been all over the league. I don't know if this is his ninth team or eighth team or what it is, but here he is on the Saints,
Yeah.
who have feel the
The lo-
need for speed. Raheed out.
Uh-huh.
He
Yeah,
gone.
Raheem Shaheed out for the
Yeah,
season, and then
he's out for the
Olave.
season.
Olave's got problems. right?
Olave was out on, I think, concussion protocol, and
Yeah.
even with him back,
Uh huh.
Carr's back.
Yeah.
Who else are you going to throw it to? Name another Saints receiver.
Yeah.
I'm blank, So
I got nothing. Yeah.
yeah, went 3 for 109, two tutties. It's just a banged up offense, and if Carr's gonna be able to find them and hit them, I'm in.
Yeah, that definitely does sound like a need for Rashid Shaheed stat line right there. Three
Hmm.
grabs for two touchdowns and 109.
Yeah.
That's a very that's exactly his stat line for those games last year when I was bringing him up at the beginning of
Yep.
last season for sure. Yep. So
Yep.
he's definitely filling in that role, my man. Yep.
Yeah. It's like, who the hell
So
is this guy?
yeah,
He,
yeah. So I think he's
every ball he catches, every other ball is a
yeah, yeah,
touchdown.
that's efficiency.
Great.
And is he going to maintain that efficiency? I don't know, but who else is they going to throw to? So
Yeah.
I think you can make a good case for him being the pickup of the week on the wide receiver
Yeah.
department after that
Agreed.
performance with two touchdowns, 100 plus yards, solid for sure.
Yeah. Three
And
stars.
yeah, Carr loves to sling it. That could be the pick of the week for that guy. It's just a matter of is he going to keep it up. I remember, wasn't he on the Chiefs when they won the Super Bowl
He was
this
on the
most recent
Chiefs. He was on
season?
the Packers.
Packers. Yep, that's right.
He may have had a debut at the Jets. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
he's kind of been around.
I because I remember seeing that he was let go from whatever team he was with most recently. I forget which one, and I remember writing somewhere online that I thought the Jets were going to pick him up. Because I think Aaron Rodgers is trying to do the Green Bay East as far as what he's
Yeah.
trying to do out there with. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten that one guy. I don't know. I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah, that one little guy used to be like his favorite. But yeah, he's probably
Jordy
retired by now.
Nelson.
No, not Jordy Nelson, the other guy. I don't know. I can't think of his name right now,
Oh,
but yeah.
Cobb.
Cobb, yeah, exactly. I'm surprised he hasn't talked Cobb out of retirement to
Yeah.
come back and play
Yeah.
for the Jets. He loves Cobb. He does.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, anyway, he's trying to reform. He's trying to put the band back together out there
Yeah.
in New Jersey, and get the Jets going with his old boys. So anyway, I thought the Jets would pick up MVS, well, the Marquez Valdez Scankling, but nope,
Yep.
it didn't
Here
happen.
he is. Saints
Yeah,
uniform.
yep, exactly. The Saints picked him up, and he hit this week. He was for
Yep.
sure the number one guy out there on the waiver wire that did something. So, all right, very good. 3 stars
Cool.
on him. We'll
Yep.
see if he can keep it up. All
Which one you
right.
want to hit me with next?
Well, I'll let you talk about the next guy, but I'm going to jump down to the last one. So I know you and I, Craig, we were texting last night during
Yeah.
the texting. We were texting during the Texan game, and John Mechie the third caught my eye. 1% owned, so he's out there in 99% of leagues. Week 10, he caught 5 of 6 targets for 74 yards and a touchdown. So good day at
Yep.
the office. I've actually had my eye on this guy since the beginning of last year because he was a rookie last year, and I remember him being really good at Alabama. So every year, what I do, Craig, in the offseason is I make a list of rookies that did well in college, right? And so he was on that list because he played at Alabama, and he did pretty well there. I think he was on one of those championship teams at Alabama. Maybe not a championship team, but I don't know when the last Alabama championship
Yep.
was, but that's really beside the point. But he was pretty good at a good school in Alabama, and I've always wanted to see what they got in him. And I think that now they've reached that point of the season where they're getting down towards the B list guys, and I'm glad to see him finally get his chance. And he looked
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
but
Dude balled out, man. I liked
yeah,
him.
hmm
I mean, one
right,
star. Agree with that.
hmm
Nico Collins is probably coming back next week, and
yep.
you know,
And then Tank Dale's there,
yeah,
but he's better than Robert Woods. I mean,
I
okay,
agree.
like if I was the coach, I would go with those three, with John
Yeah.
Mechie, with Nico Collins, and Tank Dale, and
Yep.
then just see what happens.
Yeah.
I
Schultz is
think
tight
he's
end. Like you're ready to
yeah.
roll.
Yeah, exactly. I think Robert Woods is good to hop in there when someone needs a breather, or somebody gets, a little nicked up, you know.
Yeah. But hey, they got the Cowboys coming up next week too.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
So it's always
Yeah,
always a
in
good
state.
time.
Yep. So, all right.
Nice.
So, hit me with your last
So
guy,
I've got
brother.
a rookie, Ricky Parcell or Purcell,
Yes, for Saul.
Purcell,
Yeah.
Purcell. All right, 25% owned. People bought into him.
Uh huh.
Obviously, he's kind of come back from his preseason issue, getting shot in the chest, which is
Yeah.
pretty impressive to see him back on the field.
One shot couldn't
Um,
stop me. I took it and smiled. Right, like Tupac.
that's right. That's right.
He's
Exactly.
back. He's
Yeah.
back. Yep.
Went 4 for 73, one tutty. I've got 2 stars on him, but I mean, he looks good, man. Like you
Yeah.
got Debo out there.
Mm-hmm.
Ayuk is out for the season, I think. So
Juan Jennings, the guy I was telling you about earlier that
yep,
I grabbed off the waiver
Juan
wire.
Jennings.
Yeah, they
Yep,
got Juan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, and Debo. So and then
yeah,
of course Kittle. That's
yep.
their attack. So that's
That's their
actually a
attack.
that's pretty solid. I like
It
it.
really is. It really is. And
Yeah.
Purdy's doing a good job of getting the ball around. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody's got a
Yeah.
shot in this offense.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree,
So
brother. I've had him
I like him.
on my watch list on all my fantasy teams. I haven't picked him up yet because I haven't had the need because I've had some pretty solid wide
Yeah.
receivers in all my leagues. But yeah, I mean if you're really hurting a wide receiver,
Yep.
go grab
Somebody
him.
look at it.
Yeah, definitely. I like him.
Yep.
All right, let's move on
All
over to
right.
tight end. So we each got one. So who you hit me with your tight end, brother?
Yeah, I'll hit you with Mike Gesicki. I got 2 stars on him.
Yeah,
Honestly, like watch the news. If
yeah.
Higgins early in the week looks like he's gonna be out again, I'd
Mm-hmm.
bump that to 3 stars. He's 44% owned. He only went 4 for 30 this week, but what I like to look
Yeah,
at, brother, is targets.
right.
3 weeks ago, 8 targets. 2 weeks
Okay.
ago, 6 targets. 9 targets this last week. So
Yeah,
just getting those opportunities, like you're getting the look. You're getting the look from the quarterback. I think good
yeah.
things happen when that happens. Out
Right.
of 9 targets, he only had 4 grabs.
Yeah, bad day at the office.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he plays for the Bengals, right?
yep. Plays for the
Yeah,
Bengals. So
and I think
Higgins is off.
Joe.
He's on.
Yeah, Joe was under a lot of duress in that game.
Always is.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean there'll be better days for Mike Gesicki.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
good pick. I like it.
Yep.
2 stars on him, right?
2 stars. Yes, sir.
Okay, I also have 2 stars on my guy. He's basically a lunch pail, stealer, a hard worker, Pat Fryermuth.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 58% owned. Week 10, he saw 3 targets, caught all 3 of them for 17 yards, but one of those catches was for a touchdown. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there'll be better days there. But yeah, Firemouth, he's pretty solid, dude. I mean, he's not necessarily one of the top, you know, 8 or even 10. I would think. I would say like he's right outside that. Maybe the 11th or
Yeah.
12th. Good,
But up
highest,
there, I mean,
whatever.
out of
Yeah,
30
yeah,
something teams, I mean, I agree.
yeah.
Like
Hmm.
there's some spare tight end units out there.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
you can do
exactly.
worse
Uh
than
huh.
Pat Farmer, that's for sure.
Yeah, 'cause especially with these buys coming up. What is it like? Buy Mageddon is what they're calling it for this coming weekend. How many teams we got on buy? Let me look for week
I don't
11.
know,
Week
maybe
11's coming up,
six
right?
then.
Let's see. Let's
Yeah.
see what we got. Week 11 coming up. Let's see how many buy teams we got. Well, not that many. 3 teams on buy.
Oh,
That's it. That's not too bad. Oh no,
then
I'm
there's
sorry.
not
Four.
Bob
No, no,
again.
no, no. There's four because the Bucks were up here at the top. Yeah, so 4 teams on by.
Yeah.
So yeah, not too crazy bad. But yeah, so 4 teams on by. What about week 12? Let's see. Week 12 is the bad one. That was when we got 6 teams on by
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
week 12. So 4 teams on by week 11, and then 6 teams on by the following week. So.
I mean, that's a great point, though. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can start planning ahead this week, even after waiver wire.
Mm-hmm.
Start looking ahead at your team.
I always do that, brother. On all
You
five
know,
of my leagues, I what I do is I set my lineup for this coming weekend, and then I skip ahead for 1 week and I see, all right, what are my gaps?
yeah.
Am I gonna need a tight end? 2 weeks from now, and if so, I'll get them now because I do that
Yep.
exact same thing, brother. Every single league. Yep. You
That's
always got
it.
to be looking 1 week, at least 1 week ahead.
Yep.
I mean, you could nerd out and go all the throughout the entire rest of the way, but
Yeah. But
things change.
so
Things
much shit
change.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah,
Things change
exactly.
so
Things
much.
change
But
from week to week. So I look at the week in front of me,
twist
and then
it.
the following week, and
That's
I
right.
game plan that. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Way to
So
go, bro.
Yep. All right. So that's it for tight ends,
All
man. We
right,
both brought one to the
that's it.
table. Yep. So let's talk about some defenses coming up. You put down two, and I put down two. So who you got?
Yeah, I got the Lions against Jacksonville.
There you go. Yep.
Jacksonville had to start Matt Jones this last week. It wasn't good. It wasn't pretty. Lions
Yeah.
defense looks solid. Lions are rolling, bro.
Uh huh. Wait. What'd you say about the line starting Matt Jones? What happened to their? I mean,
No,
what'd you
no,
say
no,
about?
Jacksonville is starting Mac Jones.
So what happened to the other guy, the
Trevor
Fabio looking
Lawrence,
dude?
I
Yeah,
think he
T
was
Law.
getting a haircut. I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
All
know.
right.
I don't know what was going on, but he
Yeah.
had a hip injury or something like that. But
Okay. Yeah.
he may be back with or without him. They still suck.
Yeah, I think that company, Locks of Love, I think it's a Florida-based organization. I think they've probably been following him around, just like, when he's sleeping, like trying to
Yeah, exactly.
catch him up. Just grab about 12 inches of hair out of him.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So, yeah, they may start that guy again, Mac
They
Jones.
got you, huh?
Yeah, they did, man. They got me. So, yeah, I donated it actually to that organization. So, yeah,
Nice.
for cancer patients. It gives them,
It's
they
awesome.
make wigs. They make wigs for cancer patients. So yeah, I went ahead and
Yeah.
donated to it. So that's why I was growing the hair out, but it's gone now, my
Very
man.
cool.
Yep.
Yep. Start
So
back over.
yeah, exactly. Start back over. Yeah, yeah. I'll make another wig, another year from now, if I can even
One,
grow it. I don't know. I'm getting old, brother. So
one of your guys. That's all I got for
yeah.
you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
All
if
right.
everybody, it's
Yeah, exactly.
awesome.
All right, so how about you? Let's see. I'll go with one of mine. I'm gonna go with the Packers. They got the Bears coming up. Man, the Bears suck. They suck,
Dude,
dude. That Caleb dude, he blows. He really
yeah.
really sucks. Because I think I was a little bit too harsh on him. Before the season started, I just talked mad crap about him, and then he went on he started off bad. Then he went on a little run against some bad teams, and I was like, okay, maybe eat some crow here. Maybe I was
Yeah.
wrong. And then all of a sudden, as soon as he faces any decent teams, man, he sucks. So I think the Packers D is actually a pretty decent unit. I haven't looked to see if it's in Chicago or if it's next door at Lambeau or up the road a bit in Lambeau. But either way, I think the Packers D is going to feast on Caleb. Man, that guy blows. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's another one to pick on.
He's pretty shitty.
Yeah, even with like he's got like the best wide receiver room in the entire NFL. He's got Keenan Allen, he's got DJ Moore, and then that other guy that they drafted. But yeah,
Yeah. Rome
he can't. Yeah,
Zube.
exactly. So
Yeah.
what's the excuse? It's not like he's got a bunch of crappy wide receivers he can't catch. I mean, he's got Keenan Allen is one was a 1,000 plus wide
Yeah.
receiver last season. And
Yeah.
he'll be lucky to clear 400 yards this whole season. So
Yeah.
it's a complete disgrace. Yeah.
Typical.
So
Typical
yeah,
Bears.
yeah, exactly.
Yep. I've
All right,
got
who
the
else you got?
Texans.
Texans. Okay.
Texans are going against the Cowboys. I don't care if they start Cooper Rush or if they start Trey Lance. This is going to be an ugly game. It's Monday night.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. I guess we'll have to watch that one
it's
because we
just
both said that we're going to start watching the Texan games, and then here it is. It's a primetime game, so I guess
yeah,
we're going to be stuck watching that next Monday night.
we are.
Yeah. Whatever. All right.
Go with the Texans defense. So
Yep. I like it, brother. I
yeah,
like
play
it.
it.
Yeah,
Roll
I
it.
like it. I do. I like it because especially if they're running Cooper Rush out there, man. Yeah, the Texans
Yeah,
D is
that
gonna
dude's like
feast.
underwater, man. Like
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how the hell he was 5-1 as a starter.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Yeah, I don't
know?
know either. Yeah, I think he just had a great O line and a great defense. Those seasons. But
Just yeah,
that's not the case this year. No,
no.
no.
He's got nothing. He ain't the dude.
I'm with you, brother. I was actually tempted to look at that, Craig. As far as that, I thought about writing down the Texans, but I put down the Packers, obviously. But I also went with the
Yeah,
Dolphins. They got the Raiders coming up, so I like to pick on
yeah,
the Raiders. They suck.
yeah.
So yeah, so we're picking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Cowboys, the Bears, and the Raiders. So those are
Yep.
reliable teams to pick on. So
I like it.
yeah, any of those
I like
four
it.
defenses, they are approved to stream.
Yep.
Go for it. Go for it. All
Yep.
right,
All right.
let's talk about some kickers. Who you got first?
Yeah. I usually don't put stars on
Okay.
kickers, but
Right. Yeah. Well,
Brandon McManus is your dude this week.
Okay. McManus. Yeah, I like him.
There's actually a decent amount of good kickers on bye this week.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, I think most of my kickers that I've got sitting on my squads are on bye this week. So this is my man.
Okay. This is your man, huh?
Yep.
All right. Very good.
Kickers
So,
against the Bears the last 3 weeks have scored 11 plus.
uh huh.
Um, I think that's exactly what we'll see, man. I think McManus has 12 plus this week.
All right, my brother, I like it. And so I also had a bit of a kicker emergency that happened on one of my teams. Like I think the news came
Yeah.
out on
Seabird went out. What the fuck?
Seabird. Yes, Seabird
Yeah.
went out. So that came the news came out on Saturday. So luckily he was already placed as out. And so in one of my leagues, my neighborhood league actually, I had Dak sitting in my IR slot, right? And then I heard the news also come out on Saturday that Dak could be looking at surgery and IR done for the season. I already have Tua in that league as my backup, so I was already playing Tua anyway. And so I basically kicked Dak out of my IR slot and sent him packing, sent him off
Yeah.
to the waiver wire. And then I took Seabird and stuck him in the IR slot. And then I grabbed Moody, the kicker from the 49ers
Yeah.
for a pinch hit. I grabbed him off the waiver wire because it was his first game back after being out for his own health issues, and he went and kicked 12.5 points for me.
Yeah. Nice.
So worked out
Nice.
pretty
Even
good,
with
man.
three misses.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I pulled that guy off the waiver wire. He had 105 yards worth of field goals in that game, so scored me 12.5 points. It worked out fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
even with the misses,
Dude,
so it worked out
dude's
good.
barely hanging on to his locker in this San
Yeah.
Fran,
Yep.
locker room. But
57% owned in week 10. See, I have that he went 2 for 3, but you said he missed 3 field goals. I didn't realize all that, but he had
yeah,
2 extra points, and then I guess he hit 2 field goals, so I guess he missed 3. So that must
yeah,
be what I'm looking at. Made two,
yeah,
missed 3, and then hit 2 extra points. So
yeah.
anyway, in that league, it gives you points per yards. So I don't
That's
really
nice. I like that.
it doesn't care about how many you missed. Doesn't matter. It's just how many yards did you kick. You know what I mean? So let's
Yeah,
just say those two were like 50 yarders. Boom, he hit over 100 yards, and so that's 10 points right there. So
yeah. Sounds.
that's a neat scoring way to do it. So maybe we should look at that for a couple of our leagues. Or at
Yeah,
least put it up for
if
a.
it's out there, let's do it. Let's
It is on
no
the
vote. Epic. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
just do it.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
it's out there on the Yahoo side. I don't know if it's available on ESPN. I haven't looked that deeply. I mean, I don't look at kicking yards too much as a commissioner, but it is something we need to look at. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
agreed.
it's a good way to do it. All right, who else you got?
Next one, I got Tyler Bass. He's going against KC.
T Bass. All right.
Tyler Bass has been good. He's been,
Mm-hmm.
he's been a solid kicker his
Yep,
whole career.
for sure.
KC, it's kind of up and down, but I feel like
Uh huh.
this matchup yields some kicking. I think some field goals, possibly some
Yeah.
long ones too. So
Yeah. Okay.
I can see some double digits for Tyler Bass this week.
Yeah, I like it, man. He's probably out there, and I'd imagine around 50% on, maybe a little higher than 50. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'll take a look for him. I like that.
yeah.
That's a good
By
one.
the way, McManus is like widely available. He's less than
Yeah. Oh yeah.
4% owned.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, so
So
McManus is out there to grab. Yeah. Okay.
that's your dude. If not,
Okay.
Tyler Bass.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure McManus is out there then. So if I need a
Yeah,
kicker, in these leagues that my boy Siebert was out, yeah, I'll go
yeah.
grab him if he
There
doesn't
you
come
go.
back this coming week. And so my last guy, of course, is Chris Boswell. That's my man
Yeah,
right there for the Steelers. Yeah, he's been solid, man. He's a hell of a kicker.
yeah,
59% owned. I just like the guy. He's good. You know,
yeah,
he's got the
yeah.
same haircut I
Solid.
got. So
Yeah,
good dude. Yeah.
legit.
Yep.
He
He's
must have
legit.
donated to Locks as well.
Yeah, I think he did. Yep. He donates, yeah, quite frequently, I think. So that's it, my brother. That's all we got.
Cool.
All right. Well, listen, yeah, good chatting with you tonight, brother, and congrats on your 4-0
Thank
sweep,
you, sir.
which you've done 3 times within the past four
Yep.
weeks. So you're on a roll, brother. Keep it up, my man. Doing
Let's
awesome.
go.
All right, so I guess we're done with the Germany games, right? Or do we got another one coming up?
We're done with overseas games.
Okay, we're done with overseas games. Okay, all
Yep.
right. Well, there you go. All right, so back at it. Normal schedule. We'll have a Thursday night game, and then we'll have the regular Sunday football and then Monday night football, like you said, between the Texans and Cowboys. So we'll be back at
Yeah.
you next Monday night to wrap up that game. So
Yep. Cool.
cool. All right,
All
my
right,
brother.
brother. Good luck out there on the
Peace.
waiver wire.
Absolutely, my man.
Cool.
Bye bye.